I'm driving the box. I'm driving the box. Okay, no, there we go. Hello. Welcome. Welcome in, everybody. Once again, it is Monday. I am your coach, your glorious host, Call Hessian, your favorite mercenary coming to you live from the 2285. How is everyone doing on this fine Monday morning or afternoon? It do be the afternoon. Hello, Shooter. How you doing? It do be Monday afternoon, and man, what a week. What a weekend, I should say. What a whirlwind weekend this has been. Resting right now. Sounds good. Sounds good. What a whirlwind weekend we had this past week. Oh, you're sick? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, man. I'm sorry. So sorry to hear that. Hey, man, at least I'm here to entertain you. I'm here to entertain you while you're feeling ill. You know what I mean? Know what I mean? Absolutely. But hey, welcome back, everybody. This is Molded. Ooh. I have mold allergies, so I feel you. Oof. That's rough. That's rough. But anyway, welcome in everybody to the superhero Zatsudan, the show, the quote unquote show. I call it a show, but it's really just me talking about Tokusatsu for the next 2 hours. How's everyone doing? How's everyone doing today? Hey, you thought I forgot? Hey! Did you do that thing that I told you to do? Or more accurately, did you do that thing that you've been putting off for the longest time? Did you talk to that person that you thought was out of your league, but it's actually not, and you're just terrified to talk to them? Have you talked to them yet? Did you check out that place that you always wanted to go to, but you never had the courage to look at? So you always put it off because you thought, oh, I could never go there. Did you do it yet? Did you do it? Because if you haven't, there's still time. But the sooner you do it, the better you feel. Because, hey, stepping out of that comfort zone is just one of the many ways you can seize your future. So by all means, seize that bitch. Because the future is in y'all's hands. Seize it. Anyway, welcome everybody to the Urbex Come Rumble. Dang it, Wi-Fi. Urbex? I don't know what Urbex is. Anyway, welcome into the Superhero Zatsudan, the show where we take a look at what's going on in the world of Tokusatsu as well as live react urban exploration. Are you like what am I? Are you like a spelunker or something? You like a spelunker? Oh no, urban. Sorry, I don't know why I thought or no urban. Uh, no, that trick. Why did I think urban? I went immediately spelunk. I think exploration was stuck with me. You just roaming around town. Yeah, no, that happens. That happens. Anyway, welcome to the show where I take a look at there's any like big Toku news, or also we just watch Tokusatsu. Plus, we're trying some new stuff today because today is a different kind of episode. Um, so as y'all know, Zets, or may or may not know, Zets aired live on Saturday night. We did a live stream. We live reacted to it. So now a big chunk of what we usually do here on Mondays on the Superhero Zatsudan is gone because now we're doing that on Saturdays. But I kind of don't want to leave this being just an hour-long stream on Monday, right? I kind of want to do a little more. So we're going to be trying some things. We're going to see how we do to fill the space. But so the first thing we're trying today, I don't know why I said but the first thing we're trying today is we're doing a tier list. Right, we're going to be doing a Common Writer tier list. Next week, I'll do a Super Sentai tier list, and then we'll figure out where we go from there. But what we're doing is this tier list is basically going to, um, I'm actually going to like give my ratings of certain tokus, given on if I've seen it or not, and if I have, how much of it have I seen, and then give my overall ratings. Obviously, from an S to F tier. Um, and that's what we're going to be doing. Welcome, Roast. Welcome in. So this is pretty much what we're going to be doing to fill in time today because we only have one show to react to today. Uh, we have one show to react to today. One show. And we're going to be reacting to Gozuger episode 29. So the way we're going to be doing it is we're going to be reacting right now to Gozuger. We'll talk about it after that. We'll hit the ad break. And then after the ad break, we'll get into the tier list proper. That is the current plan. So, after you guys saw the live react that I did on Saturday, you'll see that I actually showed the footage of Zets in the video. Unfortunately, I cannot do the same with Gozuger because one, Gozuger is still not broadcasted to the U.S. I think I was able to get away with it there because one, it was transmitted to a U.S. YouTube channel, and two, the way I compressed it was that like it was so small that it barely took up a region of the screen, which was the only way I could get away with it. I don't think I would have gotten away with it otherwise. Um, however, I can't get away with it with Gozuger because oops. Uh, did I? Uh, where are we good? We good. Hold on. Okay, no, that was weird. I accidentally I disconnected my microphone accidentally. But the fuck is this? I so basically, what's gonna happen is that I can't show the footage, so we're gonna have to do it like we've usually been doing it. We're crossing our fingers that it doesn't show that I crossed my fingers, but regardless, um, I'm gonna have to talk to my rigger. Anyway, regardless, what it means is that we're going to have to do it the way we've been doing it before, which is we're going to have to react off screen, right? I did say I would have the Discord ready. We'd have an event stage where you'll be able to like watch the show if you don't want to like find it yourself. Like so at the time of the stream you can watch it live, but if you watch the VOD, you'd have to go find it. The Discord will be ready this week. I'm working on it. I was working on it right before the stream, but we will have a new Discord set up for the event, for the stream, and for the event, so y'all can watch what I'm watching in real time, and then you can have my stream on in the background, hear the commentary, and things of that sort. So we'll be doing those soon. Plus, I want to do more stuff on off days, like watch parties and stuff. Like I really want to do that, which is why I'm rushing to get this Discord done this week. So I'm proud to announce that it will be done this week. I'll have an announcement either on the Thursday stream or the Saturday Zets live react. I'll have it all set up by then. Obviously, since Zets is streaming on YouTube, I would rather everyone give the official Zets live stream the views, but I will still be live streaming those days just for reaction purposes. But for the most part, we will be still going old school with it, but hopefully we'll be able to find something to do with the Zatsudan on Mondays. I want to believe that we'll just be doing it like this until the new Sentai season later this early next year. So hopefully by then, maybe Sentai will also be getting that same treatment that Kamen Rider Zets is. We don't know if that's the case. It's still months off, but that's the hope. As far as I know, and I could be wrong about this because I haven't been keeping up lately. I think the deal between Hasbro and Toei is donezo. Like I think they're no longer working with each other because Power Rangers it's going its own separate route now, and even like the suits look different. It's literally not the same thing anymore. So I don't know if that deal is severed, but it would make logical sense considering Power Rangers is kind of like hard rebooting. So it would make sense that Toei would handle Sentai distribution in the US going forward. But we have no update on that. I haven't been checking. But if that is the case, hopefully, and fingers crossed, we'll be getting Super Sentai live streamed the same way we get Kamen Rider. I don't know if that'll be the case, but I'm hoping. And by then, that means that the Zatsudan would make a full move to Saturdays. So you get a double header every Saturday. You'd get Arma and then the Zatsudan on that same day, morning and night, and we'd have to figure out something else to do for Mondays. But for the most part, I do believe we will have to like keep this. Push comes to shove, I will keep the Zatsudan going as a 1 hour show. Um, but I really don't feel right doing just a 1 hour stream on Mondays. So we'll see what we do. We'll see what we do. Life update: planning on getting the paid games from my PS4 sold, and I'll sell the console. Then I'll do the same to my Xbox One games. Get a mid-level gaming PC. You know what? More power to you, my friend. More power to you. Absolutely. Abso-fucking-lutely. Do what you gotta do, man. Look, man, me personally, I say get a PC and get a Switch too, and you're set for life, man. Because guess what? All PlayStation and Xbox games eventually come out on PC. So you just need a Switch for the Nintendo exclusives, and that's it. That's it. That's all you need in life. So, anyway, let's get into the show proper. Let's get into the show proper. So let's go ahead and knock out. Why is it playing classical music? All right, the Institute. Anyway, let's go ahead and the Institute. Like I've never. I think did I when I first played Fallout 4? Did I do the Institute? I think I did. I did the Institute route. I feel so like yeah. Now that I go back, I have disdain for the Institute, but that's neither here nor there. Anyway, so what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen right now is if you know where to watch it, we're gonna be watching Gozuger episode 29, and the way to work is once I have the stream up. Once I count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. We'll all hit play on our ends, and then we will watch the video. If you're on stream now, you will hear the audio of the stream. You will not hear it in the VOD, so you'll have to go off my countdown to sync up the play. Okay. Then once we're there, we will then. Sorry, I'm scratching my nose here. Once that is done, we will then be able to go straight into reacting with it as you go. If anyone sees any points that they want me to touch on as the episode goes on, you can mention it in chat. We can have a discussion while everything's going on. But for the most part, to the we will be reacting to the video in real time. So if you guys know where to go, if you guys know where to find the episodes, hopefully you bring those up. We are reacting to episode 29. That is the recent episode that aired this weekend. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and shift this, like, if I can. Oh, is this window glitched? No. Why you glitch? Yeah, it was weird. I guess that window glitched. Let me reopen it. Are my settings borked? Oh, there we go. They're just loading real slow. Hopefully, if it works. Got a Series X right now, but yeah, I need to work on getting the monitor, mouse, and keyboard. That's me. Take care. Hope you can join the crew. Hey man, we'll always welcome you. We're always welcome in the Henshin Corps. The fact that you're sub means that you are a member of the Henshin Corps race. So we always welcome you here with open arms. We live or die, semper fidelis, baby. Okay, app volume mix. Wait, is DaVinci open? No. Okay, that's weird. Why did it say that? Hmm, odd. All right, we're gonna go ahead and shift that over to this headset. Okay, perfect. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and boot up the episode. This is Common Red. This is number one Sentai Gozuger. We're gonna go pause the music. Number one Sentai Gozuger, episode 29. Let's get ready. Remember, you will be able to hear the audio if you are on stream live, so at least you'll have a general idea where we are in the episode. If you're watching the VOD, you will not hear it. So make sure you keep that in mind. All right. So number one Sentai Gozuger, episode 29, here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. We've had all kind of battles this summer. Oh, the movie. Okay, so they're tying the movie in here with this episode. That's weird. So this is a Gozu Toronto episode. Oh, Ryugi. He's losing it. He's losing it. Why are there? Okay. So obviously we haven't seen the movie because it's in Japanese theaters. We have to wait maybe like a year for someone to fan sub it. But yeah, apparently something happened that fucked him up. Whoa, broken heel. Oh boy. And you're dead. Oh, that you're a flower now. Okay, fair enough. Da 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 da. So interesting how they jumped, right? Like it's kind of interesting to me that like they actually because here's the thing. Normally, like a lot of movies, like Kamen Rider and Super Sentai movies, are kind of treated as non-canon. Like I'll even tell you that the Gav movie is kind of non-canon. Um, I'm not exactly sure the semantics. 'Cause again, I haven't seen that movie, but apparently, a lot of times they don't normally like reference the movie in the main series much, unless it like there's actual plot relevance, which I think has only happened a handful of times. So this is we're actually getting an episode that the kind of like spins around the movie because they actually saying nope, the movie's canon. Movie is canon. So that's actually kind of an interesting little aspect there. But apparently, in the movie, Take a Sword dies, and that fucks up Goes Uterana, which is what brings us here. Damn, you hate to see it. Winner! God, I honestly, man, I am calamity. Okay, so that ring's finally getting an explanation this episode. We're finally getting an explanation on that. My man, you spilled the coffee. He's out of it, man. He's out of it. Yeah, that's yeah. This is an episode for him, but I think okay. I try to remain spoiler. I try to remain spoiler free from these things, but I think I caught something that like the actor for Goju Tirano is leaving. I don't know if that's true or not, but I mean we're gonna find out in this episode. I think. Okay, something that Hono can do. Oh God, not this attire again. Yeah, no, his these scales are not translating. Yeah, no, the no translation. Remember, it was a like a not a gentleman's, a butler cafe. So like it's literally like he was supposed to be the bad boy there. Yeah, you're an idiot. Sumi-chan. Yep, here we go. Here it is. Oh, damn, he's got Ghost Polar involved. He must have told him during the movie. Wait, he knew from the start? Wait, what? Wait, we retcon and shit? He wasn't there. And also, what is business does he have with him? He's making an appeal. He's making an appeal. What is his illness? Are we finally getting like exposition? Are we finally getting like continuity? He got it from the. Oh god, we're tying it together. He doesn't need a morpher. One ring to rule them all. Oh no, it's a Lord of the Rings reference. It's a Lord of the Rings reference. The One Ring. After freaking 29, 28, because it started kind of last week, but after 28 episodes, they're finally acknowledging the overarching story. Oh god, he's like, guys are black. What the fuck? He keeps engaging with. Yep, there's questions here. This is our big bad, I think. Ray is the big bad. Yeah, like I think Ray's gonna be the dude. Because I feel like the Brydens never felt like a villain. I think Ray's the guy. Ray-san is the guy. Like they are actually like they're finally adding an overarching story. God damn. Nope. Oh God, that's a mood. Man's got his break. He sees injustice around him. He's finding his conviction. Damn it! Wait, how y'all just end up going with this? God damn it! They like just like fuck it. We're fucked. Just take our lives. Oh, there he is. He's locked in. He's locked in. No, he can't. He can't shake it. He can't shake it. Okay, he's still able to hench, so it's like that's kind of like weird because normally when we get to these moments of strife. Oh damn, she's back. Bouquet's back. How does she still not know that? How does she still not know that the blue guy is Riku? I thought she did. No, she didn't find that out. Is she still blind to that fact? There's like so many questions. Is she realizing it now? Okay. She's still kind of oblivious. She's still kind of oblivious, but she's piecing it. She's kind of piecing it together, but she's still kind of oblivious. Even then, he's still being this, and that's how he remembers. That's how he remembers. just just sucking up to him. Nope, you lose. You do not consider other people. Get him. Shafinga! Smack him! Wait, I thought he was supposed to get something here today. Did I? I might have misread that. Okay, maybe that was for next week. I don't know. But I feel like this is going to be an overarching thing, I think. Oh no. Wait, what? He learned his life is not absolute. Okay, no, that's next week. Okay, that was next week shit. Well, oh wait. Oh damn. Oh shit. There's still like there's still a few minutes in the episode. Hold on. What is happening? They're actually fight. Okay, this is okay. Oh damn. Hammer. Oh. Oh no, they treating this like legitimate. Hurricanranes. Parkour. Hey, hey, come back here. Okay, this is actually feeling like a life or death situation. Holy crap. This is a serious fight. Ooh. They are actually returning to the narrative. It's crazy. Finally, after almost 30 episodes, fucking story, man. Oh no, this is not good. He's dead. He's done for. You weren't gonna beat him. What were you thinking? Wow, even the announcer is depressed by this. Oh, Rico's got like he's just shifty eyed. Oh god, he's leaving. This is it. He's gone. He's gone. We lost him. I don't know what the story is behind the scenes, but like I think this is it for him. Nope, it is. We have a new yellow. Oh god, he's got blonde hair. Oh no. He's an alien. And he's a snooty million. Oh no. Oh no. This ooh, this is oof. Oof. I mean I don't mean that oof in a bad way, just oof as in like that's a lot to take in. That is a lot. They are finally telling a damn story. Like they finally got back to this shit. It took them like 29 episodes, but they finally got back to the shit. They finally got back to it. I I can't believe it. Like I had been complaining about this for like weeks, and they finally got back to it. I can't. I'm surprised. I am. This week continues to surprise me. We had a stellar debut in Zets, and now Gozuger has finally found the plot. It's crazy. I honestly can't believe we're here. I honestly cannot believe we are here. It's insanity. I can't believe it. They finally. I don't know if they heard my grievances, but they took the grievances to heart, and they finally course corrected. They finally brought it back to Ray, the Calamity Ring. The rings themselves, the purpose of the rings, if I had to guess, the movie might have helped them refocus. And that's why it's so essential to the plot. They've been plodding along for half the season. They finally realized that, hey, we need to get back on track. The movie might have refocused their efforts. And they came back and like we're now here. I gotta see if there's like anything regarding. I gotta see if there is anything regarding. If there's anything regarding the goes previous actor Ryugi. If there's anything regarding Ryugi's actor, I need to see if there's anything about that. Hold on. Check the spoiler room. Hold on. The cover. Uh, let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Trying to see if there's anything said about the actor. In terms of the episode, that's a solid 8. That is a solid 8. Now, you know what? No. because I feel confident enough that we're back on the lore. I feel confident enough that you know what? 9. The first 9 Gozujir has gotten out of me this entire run. Because 9 just feels right. It's not a perfect 10. Obviously, like, there's some things, right? Like, there's still obviously some other things that need to be addressed, specifically the Brydens and the Calamity itself. Which, honestly, I think Ray is going to be the catalyst for the new Calamity, if I'm being perfectly honest. But, like, the Brydens are still kind of unanswered for with Tega June and everything. But I think for the most part, yeah, that's a solid 9 on that episode of Gozyuger. That is a solid 9. But let me see if I can find anything in regards to. I'm trying to see if I can find anything in regards to why they changed the actor. Why he just had him walk away. Because I'm assuming there's something about this. There has to be like a note somewhere. No, that's One Piece. They're already teasing the second writer. That's insanity. That is a more traditional belt. Okay, but we're not gonna show that here. Okay, no, there is no note. There is no note for the actor leaving. Yeah, there is no note about the actor leaving. Oh wait, there is a note here. Hold on. From Ryugi's perspective, the events of a Southern movie amount to God is dead, so this was something he had to take seriously. Ryugi likely challenged Ho to a duel because he recognized the weakness of his current wish that I don't have them to collect them myself. There's no mercy there, so what happens when he leaves? The next yellow. There are actually 2 original Super Sentai yellows. It's not just because of the 50th anniversary, but drawing on the history of Super Sentai's yellows, Gozuja will once again take an unexpected turn. The Prince of Tea comes out with a serious look on his face and howls while pounding. Your brain may be slowing down. Autumn means rabbits. Yeah, no, that's a summary about. So it's not. This is a genuine direction for the show. This is a genuine direction because it's making a callback to the first Sentai. Because apparently, I don't know if that's how that worked in that one. I haven't seen it, but it looks like at some point down the line of the original series, Yellow changed. I don't know for what reason, but it changed. So there's definitely a it's definitely a callback on that. I don't know if that means he's gone. There isn't no picture of him holding flowers, which means his time is done. There is no yeah, there's no confirmation on that. I'm trying to see if there was a picture posted of him. I'm trying to see if there is a picture of him with the flowers. But as far as I can tell, there is none. Like, I don't see any. So, by the looks of it, I think he's just gone for now. He might come back as like a supporting character or something like that, but it doesn't look like he's gone for good. Yeah, it doesn't look like he's gone for good unless a picture surfaces of him holding flowers. If there's a picture of him surfacing him holding a bouquet of flowers, then that means he's still part of the cast. He's just not there now. So that I'm not seeing anything that would indicate as such. So I think we're good with him. He's just gone for the meanwhile. But it is kind of sad to see a character leave. Like he didn't die; he just left. So like it raises a lot of questions as to why they're leaving. maybe there's a reason behind it. I don't think it's just a storyline reason because this just feels very much, I don't want to say forced. No, it didn't feel forced at all because they actually like called back to the story. Like I genuinely believe this is them getting back on track, but there's no, how do I put this? There's no uh it doesn't feel like it was forced, but again, I guess if you didn't watch the movie, it did feel kind of out of left field. Though again, if he was going to leave, why make him like a big focus of the movie? You know, because like his whole thing is that he lost faith in God and Tegasword. So because he realized that Tegasword actually is not an immortal being, he actually has a finite life. So he is truly not a god. He's just a being. So he loses faith in his savior. So ultimately, um, that ultimately just ends up being kind of like rough for him. Finding out that his god is not a god, or maybe he is, he just doesn't have the rings right. But apparently, it just dawns on him that he's not an infinite being; he's a finite being. So the fact that he can't do that, the fact that that kind of hits him hard, and he realizes that his god is not as powerful as he thinks it is. That is a huge realization for him, and it's deep when you think about it, because again, it affects him on that level, and it's just not good. Not good. Because here's the thing, when you lose something to believe in, and I'm not talking from a religious standpoint, I'm talking from like in general. Everyone has something that they hope for, that they aspire for, that they believe in. If you lose that, it'll affect you. Or if you see it affected in such a way that you feel like it can never recover, it's a strong message. And it's difficult. It's truly difficult to have to witness that firsthand, and just overall just being, having your whole worldview shattered because of it. So like belief is a very strong thing. Whether you're religious or not, you still believe in something. And having that belief destroyed in front of your very eyes is something that I don't want to akin it to trauma, but it has a similar resonating effect. And the fact that it affected him to that degree means that it leaves. So this was planned out for him to leave. So I don't think he's done, right? I genuinely do not believe that he is done. I genuinely think that he's just gone for now, and he may resurface at the end. Or at the very least, there will be a episode where somehow he'll come back, at least for a one-off, because he'll like find his faith again, and then like he'll come back, and the new guy, he'll like team up with the new guy too. So like the power will find a way to split, and there'll be two Gozu Tyrannos, I think. I don't know. I'm speculating on this, but I don't think he's gone for good. I just think he's just off. He's going away for a while. Again, I don't know if there's like any like, because here's the thing. Again, no picture of him holding flowers. There's no picture. I can't find it anywhere. So I think he's sticking around. But I do believe he will come back somewhere near the end of the series. So again, 9 out of 10, first 9 Gozujers ever gotten. They've lost their way. I guess the movie refocused them. They came back, and now we've lost Gozu Yellow, and we're getting a new one next week. So yeah, there we go. All right. So here's what's gonna happen. We're going to go ahead and take that ad break. We're going to go ahead and take that ad break. So we're going to be away for like 5 minutes. When we come back, tier list time. So stick around. We will be right back here on the Superhero Zatsudan. Stay tuned. We'll be back. And we're back. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. I think it's time we get into what we're doing here for the second hour of the show. So again, great episode of Goes Yuger. Hope you guys will go check that out wherever you get your Tokusatsu under the table. But I do believe it is time for us to take a look at the following. Let me go ahead and pull this up. And we're just gonna fix that real quick. 1 second. Reset. All right, let's get into the nitty gritty, folks. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. I'm going to make myself tiny right here, and we're going to readjust this just a little bit. So, what we have here is a tier list of every Kamen Rider show and movie that has ever been made. And we're going to be ranking these right here. Ranking these from S tier to F tier, and of course, anything that I have not seen. Uh, I will be putting in the not seen tier, and I will be elaborating on if I have seen them, why reasoning for why they'll be going there, and things of that sort. All right. So let's keep it simple. Let's keep it easy. Actually gonna. Ooh. All right. So I think we got to start, with the goat. We got to start with the goat, Kamen Rider Ichigo. Right here. Can you actually can't see my mouse cursor? Hold on. Whoa! Just realizing that. Just so you guys can see where the hell I'm at. Yeah, it says capture cursor. Why did I not see it? Oh, there it is. Okay, perfect. All right, so let's go ahead with the base. We got to go with the goat. We got to go with the goat, Ichigo, and Nigo to an extent because it's all part of the same series. Kamen Rider, just Kamen Rider, right? The OG. Obviously, he was the baseline, right? He was the baseline for all things Kamen Rider, right? Because without him, we do not exist. As the saying goes, if there's no God and there's no Buddha, there is Kamen Rider, which I think Goji Tirano should actually put his faith in Kamen Rider. He should. So obviously, without fail, S tier. S tier. You got to put the goat in S tier. Like he's the baseline. He is the baseline. You cannot not put him there. Like he's the goat. How are you gonna disrespect the goat like that? Right? Like so he's the goat. Now V3, I've seen a little bit of. I have not seen it in its entirety. I'm still watching through it. I fell off a little bit. There was a few. I watched it like a few years ago. I'd have to go find it again. But I did watch a few episodes. I did enjoy it, but I didn't finalize it, so I don't have like a full-on opinion. So I'm just going off what I did see, and I thought V3 was still a very stellar um, addition to the formula because it changed a lot. It kept it going, but it still dared to be its own thing. I haven't gotten up to where Rider Man comes into the equation or anything, so I don't. So again, but from what I've seen, I think it's a stellar installment. I'm gonna give it an A. It's gonna be an A tier for me. Um, I have not seen X, so we're gonna put that in not seen. Amazon, I haven't seen. Pretty much, I still have to get through a lot of Showa stuff, so I'm gonna just say right now, Stronger, Skyrider, Zekross, Black, and Black RX. I have not seen, so we'll just put that out there real quick. Alike, Kuga was I think the third or fourth series I saw in its entirety. I got through the entirety of Kuga, and looking back on it now, knowing that it was like the reboot, it literally was what kept Kamen Rider going. Because after Black RX, Kamen Rider would have ceased to exist. And they literally decided we're going to take a new spin on an old classic, right? So, while I think originally the original actor for Godai Daisuke, um, I forget his name, I don't say Higashi Higuro or something, Joe something. He didn't look back on that fondly because he felt they lied to him. But I think now he looks back on it with, uh, he looks back on it with respect because Kamen Rider at the end of the day means a lot to a lot of people. And Kuga being the kicking off point for the Heisei era, and for common and to bring back Common Rider from because there was a long period of time between RX and Kuga. So the fact that Kuga was the one that kicked us back off, I got to give respect where respect is due. It was a stellar like return to form, right? It was a stellar return to form while still being very different. Um, it was really good. Uh, though I can't say I'd put it in S tier, I'd still say it's an A tier. It's definitely an A tier. Definitely solid. Definitely solid. Agito. We got to talk about Agito. I haven't finished it, but I did see a vast majority of it. It's probably one of my more favorite series. Um, Agito, like my favorite guy out of that thing is Gills because this was the first time they had a secondary writer. This was like Gills is the de facto secondary writer. He's the first. Well, of the first of the Heisei era, I should say. And Gills just like his the way they like did the character is great. And the whole story they're telling, like Agito's an amnesiac, he doesn't remember anything, and the more powers he gets, the more he forgets. When he unlocked his shining form, he forgot everyone again. So it was like having to reestablish everything. Um, but I never finalized it, but I did like the story for where it was going. As far as what I've seen from from it, I was enjoying it. Well, here's the thing: when I stop watching something, it's not because I thought the series was bad or anything and I fell off. It's mainly because I just didn't have the attention span for it, right? Or the time. So I will definitely go back to finalize Ryuki, but I would definitely also put that in A tier as well. It was really well done. Really well done. Now we got to talk about Kamen Rider Ryuki. I've only seen like the first 10 episodes of it. I'm still in the process of watching it, but I I'm not sure what to make of it, right? Like it's not bad, but it feels it raises too many questions. Like Ryuki has way too many open ends, and it just raises too many questions about things, right? Like I don't know, I don't know. It just feels very disjointed. And from what I understand, from what someone told me, it was because like it got too heavy-handed with the writers, right? Like they were trying to corporatize this, not corporatize, but like monetize the hell out of the series in a way they can, to which like money started prioritizing the writing, right? Started prioritizing the lore. And I think it was if I remember correctly, like there was just so many conflicting heads that the network just took over the show, and that ended up being weird. So it was just kind of like bleh, kind of like bleh. So it was just like it didn't know what it wanted to be. So I kind of gotta, from what I've seen though, it wasn't that bad, but it's still already, it was already raising questions out of the gate. So I gotta drop Ryuki in C tier. I gotta drop Ryuki in C tier. I'm sure this will change, and I'll come back to that. Like I'll update it like when I finish watching the series at some point. But just from the 10 episodes I saw, and like and all that, just I don't know what to do with it. I don't know what to do with it. So I got to give it a C tier. Fies. I got halfway through it, and I enjoyed myself. I very much enjoyed myself halfway through. Like I'm still got to get through it. Like there, I have a backlog of things I need to watch. But Fies, I thought was really cool. I thought Fies. I love the concept. Like Takumi doesn't necessarily want to be a writer. He has the power of a writer, but he doesn't understand what he is. He doesn't know what he is, obviously, but it gives him the power to henshin, and like, but he doesn't care to be a writer. Like that's not his thing. He's thrusted into being a writer, so he'll do it once and then like give the belt back to the girl. But like he just keeps getting roped up in situations to the point where he just travels with her. So it becomes this whole thing where it's very much a writer who doesn't want to be a writer, but then he eventually will grow to uh, understand why, or he'll understand why he was chosen to have that power, or why he's the chosen one, and all that. And I think it's going to be like a whole coming to terms thing. but from what I've enjoyed, it was pretty solid. I'm gonna throw it in B tier. I'm gonna throw it in B tier. Again, partially because I haven't finished it, but also because it's just, like I enjoyed it. And again, that could go up to an A once I finish the series, depending on how I feel. I do like this. The cinematography of it is actually kind of interesting in it, in that it feels like you're watching something older than it actually is, right? Like here's the thing, like Kuga had this thing where like it felt like it was like filmed for the future because it's somehow 60 frames per second, despite the fact it was filmed in it was filmed in 4 by 3 30 frames per second. It gives the illusion of 60 frames, and it's insanity. So it looks like it was filmed for the future, but in reality, no, it's still 30 frames per second, 4 by 3. Um, but Fies, because it has this filter over it, it feels like I'm watching a series that is older than it actually is. So it's an interesting cinematography there on that, right? So it's definitely interesting. We're gonna go next with Blade. That one is another one I got halfway through. Kind of has the same thing as Fies. It definitely has like a filter on it. I don't know what the whole thing is with that. Um, but I enjoy Blade. I actually enjoyed Blade. Um, I like the whole dynamic he had with Garen, and finally having context to why Garen keeps shooting him in the face is fucking makes it somehow funnier. Because it's just like Tachibana just wants to be alone. Like he doesn't want to trust, but Blade is like overbearing. Like he is overbearing with him because he wants him to be part of the team. But like Garen ain't having that shit. He keeps shooting him up, and then Liangle and Chalice come in, and it just like they're like none of them want to get along. None of them want to get along, but more often than not, they have to. And Garen is just like, leave me the fuck out of this. So he just keeps shooting his allies in the face, which is funnier. Which hilariously, I do believe he does shoot Liangle a couple of times. Not as funny when he shoots Blade though, and I think it's just because of the character, just the character's way of being. It's just funnier to me, right? Which is why I also find it funnier later on that he shoots Forze's hand, because I just think like it's like overbearing or like over happy characters that are like cramping his flow, right? So it's just like he just shoots him in the face. You know, to me that just makes it somehow funnier. I haven't finished it, but I'm confident enough to give it a B tier on that one as well. Blade is the goat. I will. Well, I don't want to say the goat, but Blade is pretty fucking good. All right. Hibiki, I saw 3 episodes, instant F tier. Hibiki is was never meant to be a common writer, and I know that knowledge now. But it has the common writer label on it. I cannot. Basically, they ham-fisted something that should have been a common writer be a common writer. Because if y'all know the story, before Shotaro Ishinomori's death, the creative common writer, this was going to be a separate thing. Hibiki was never going to be a common writer. When he passed, they retrofitted Hibiki to be a common writer, but kept the writing. The writing felt so far off from Common Writer that it just didn't mesh until they rebooted. Apparently, they rebooted the season halfway through. And a lot of people tell me, oh, yeah, no, that's when it gets great. Bro, I can't get through the first 3 episodes. I can't. Like, I've tried. I have tried so hard to get past the first 3 episodes, but it's just so out of the realm. No, I can't bring myself to do it. It's that bad. Like, it's so bad. Like, I wanted to believe. I've had series that I used to follow that like never had like super bad moments, but like you have to kind of like put things on F tier in comparison to everything else, but they weren't bad. No, this is garbage dumpster bad. Like I give this shit a thumbs down, man. Like nah. F tier for Hibiki. I can't deal with his ass. I can't deal with him. He's cringe, man. It's not even cringe. It's painful. Right? That's how bad Hibiki is. Like maybe one day if I can finally build up the courage, I'll get through it, and maybe then like I can see it for what it is. But nah, man, 3 episodes was all tell me it was everything I needed to know to tell me this was gonna suck, and that was the first and only time I ever stopped watching something because I didn't like it. Fuck Hibiki, man. Fuck him in the ass. Fuck him. Kabuto, that is my current watch. Kabuto is what I'm currently watching. Kabuto is really good. I'm gonna put him up. Here's the thing. I wanted to hate Kabuto. I wanted to hate it because the main guy so unlikable. They made him. Kabuto is so fucking unlikable. I wanted to hate him. He literally was like the guy that has everything and knows everything. He kept showing up in places like randomly. All of a sudden, like my biggest grief, like that, my biggest grievance was like, oh my god! All of a sudden, he's the leader of this police force that like you need to fucking train for, and like you're not hiring from. You hired him from the outside. He's an entitled prick. He keeps inserting himself in positions where he shouldn't be, and it like pissed me the fuck off the entire time I was watching it. But then I realized they wrote him like that because eventually it starts rubbing off on you and it becomes endearing. I don't know why, but I went from hating him to not being able to hate him. It's super weird, and like specifically when Sasord shows up, Sasord is like more unlikable than Kabuto, which is hilarious because I play Sasord in fucking Climax Heroes. But Sasord, the character, the guy, which we're I think the where I left off, he's coming to terms with being a worm. Like he's realizing he's a worm, not coming to terms, but he realizes it. He realizes he's not the real millionaire dude. But but the fact of the matter is, the series is it like Kabuto starts growing on, especially once the mystery around the meteorite starts like unraveling. Like you start to understand, you're starting to understand things, and you're starting to understand why he's in the place of privilege that he is. Kabuto, I mean. When I'm gonna put it to you like this, I was hating it for like 13 episodes, and then much like in hip hop, Drake showed up and fucked up everything. But because Drake was like, okay, here comes the cheese, and then but then like Drake, they kind of like endeared me to Drake, the common writer, not the rapper. Fuck the rapper. Oh, he's not even a rapper. Fuck that guy anyway. Anyway, but they kind of endeared me to him. Like they're all the writers that they have, even the B who is currently like playing for the evil dudes for Zect. Like even though like he's meant to be unlikable, like again they start to grow on you over time. So Kabuto is so much so far of a real stellar watch. I really got to put him in A tier. I got to put him in A tier. Like they made me come around to the character. They made me come around to him, and like just overall, just I enjoyed it for what it was. It was really good. It was really good. So Kabuto gets an A tier from me. Deno. Okay, Deno. I had Deno. I think was my third series. If I remember, Kuga was the fourth because I remember I watched. I got into Wizard as it was going on, and then I immediately watched Decade. Decade was my second, and then after that, I think it was no. Kiva was my third. Deno was my fourth, and then Kuga immediately was my fifth. Okay, that's what it was. Okay, so that being said, Deno, I get, I get it, right? Like I get it. Deno was literally meant to be the kid season. Like this was for the kiddies. So like I kind of understand like this was meant to be a mass marketed thing, and it did work because Deno keeps popping up everywhere. He literally recently popped up in Dawn Brothers. Like Deno is eternal. Like Deno is their cash cow, and so I get it. Do I think he is? Do I think the series was real solid? Yes and no. Um, I don't hate it, but like, and to be fair, they did what they could with what they had. Because remember, the female actor got injured. She like broke her leg halfway through filming, so they replaced her with a child. The female actress. I forget the characters' names, but she got replaced halfway through. They made the best with what they could with what they had. But overall, Deno was catered to a mass audience, not to a mass world audience, to a mass children audience, Japanese children audience. So it's not my favorite writers, but I understand it as the money making machine that it is. Do I personally vibe with Deno on a personal level? Not really, but I get it. So for that, um, uh, we're gonna say A tier, but a low A tier, right? Like very close to B, but just kind of like crosses over the line, right? Like I wouldn't put him up on my goat list, but like I understand it. I get it. I enjoyed the series. Don't get me wrong, but ultimately, like I watched the whole thing. I liked it, but ultimately, it's not wasn't. It's he's not my go-to guy, right? He's not my go-to guy. But I get it and I understand it and I respect the hustle. So it gets a low A tier, right? Like it's barely eking its way into the A, right? Kiva. Okay, Kiva. We got to talk about Kiva, man. Kiva. Holy fuck. Okay, Kiva is a very good. It was a very good watch. Just the whole time traveling aspect makes it interesting. I'm rooting for Ixa the entire time. Was not a big fan of Saga. Not that I don't like him. I love Saga's design. I love how he plays in Climax Heroes and stuff. But um, Saga is kind of an interesting case. Like kind of a dickhead, which I'm not a fan of him because his character is unlikable because that's meant to be. So it's a good don't not a fan of him. Like he did what he set out to do. Kiva is fucking so good because like from Wataru's like whole like deal with anxiety and depression, like his whole introvert arc to finally coming out and finally like becoming this paragon of virtue, start hiding from people and like meeting people, making friends and all that stuff. To me, that's kind of like a relatable struggle that people have, right? A lot of introverts don't like to get out, don't like to meet people, and he was like very introverted, but not because of because of fear, right? I say anxiety and depression, but it was fear. Fear because he knew he was a fanguyer from the get go. So he thought he would never be accepted. So when people got to meet him and shit, it was, like getting to meet him and like him opening up, like it helped. And there was even a moment in the story that it all reset and he ended up shutting himself in again. But then, like, again, he reopened himself to people and he refound that. He came back, he fought back. And to me, that is a relatable struggle. It was literally an allegory for anxiety and depression. And the monster, the fear of that, what it causes. So I related to that story on a personal level. So to me, it was a powerful story, but at the same time, you kind of see the opposite of that with his father. Like he was so outgoing, but ultimately, like the characters in it that were like so memorable. And I vividly remember I was a fan of Garuru's actor because I had seen him in other things. Like I think he's been in other Kamen Rider stuff since. And like I'm like I know when I see you, I'm like you fucker. I'm like I've seen you. Like I know when he's in something. Like oh this is gonna kick ass. So I was a fan. It had its cheese levels, but it also was like super well done. The lore of it was super good. Break the Chain is probably one of my more favorite themes. So for that, Kiva S tier, baby. Kiva is S tier. This is like one of the series that like if I know someone who's like into like dark grim stuff, well, not even dark grim because dark I wouldn't say Kiva is grim dark, but if you're definitely like into like darker stuff like emo goth stuff, right? Like Kiva is the series to recommend to people for that because like Kiva just does it right. It's just mwah, chef's kiss. Just mwah. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. So I highly recommend Kiva to anyone that is trying to like get their foot in and is of the more alt persuasion, right? If you're like an alt girl or an alt dude, right, that is like trying to find their way into this fandom, Kiva is your ticket. There's also another one we're going to talk about later on down the line, but Kiva is that gateway, baby. Kiva is that gateway. Decade, the GOAT, S tier. I ain't even got to explain myself. Y'all already know what it is. Hold on, let me get in your face. Do you see this card on my helmet? Do you see it? Do you see this card? No one even got to question it. Decade, the GOAT. S tier, just straight on S tier, all day, every day. A lot of people around the time Decade aired gave Decade shit because one, it couldn't adhere to the original lores. But it made sense if you watch through the series that these were alternate dimensions. This is it literally because here's the thing. A lot of the actors who played the original writers were unavailable. They managed to get Wataru, but it felt weird keeping the Kiva continuity, but still like having all these other continuities make no sense that they had to rewrite because they couldn't get the original actors, especially Kuga. Because remember, Joe, the original actor for Kuga, bailed. He didn't want anything to do with it, and then all the other actors were probably unavailable at the time. What they were available for the freaking, I think they were available for the movie, but they weren't available for the series itself. So because they explained it because Wataru, there's an alternate reality, and then Wataru from the from the actual Kiva series is there. They're alternate realities, kind of how Zio did it as well. No, Zio actually tried to adhere to a lot of it, but regardless, I digress. I digress. Decade was alternate dimensions of writers, right? But a lot of but then the movies they brought it back, and hell, even the last episode, a lot of the original continuity is acknowledged. So ultimately, when you look at it at that, and then you realize that Masahiro Inoue, the actor who plays Decade, loved that role and played it with his whole fucking heart. Like he is still Decade to this day. There are comparisons between Masahiro Inoue and Jason David Frank, rest in peace, about loving their role post show. To this day, Masahiro Inoue was, and will always be Kamen Rider Decade till the day he dies. He is Decade. He lives and breathes that role, and every time he's given an opportunity to play that role again, he plays it, and he killed it later on, which we'll talk about when we get there. But to me, Masahiro Inoue is the fucking GOAT. Decade is the GOAT. That entire series is the GOAT, and it created the one catchphrase in Tokusatsu that is quoted ad nauseum outside of Japan. Onore Diketo. That is the sign of a damn good series. In my eyes, Decade is the GOAT. The only reason I didn't put him far to the left is because we're chronological. It's obviously going down the timeline in chronological order, but Decade was, and will always be top S tier in my book. He's the man. We do not slander Decade in this house. Ever. There will be no Decade slander. Maybe some Gak slander because of his stances on things, but Decade slander, never. Gak is an interesting individual, and I mean that with both amusement and dismay. But that we're not talking about Gak. Though I will admit, the theme song that he made for Decade, S tier. Oh my god. Love that theme song. Love that theme song. Anyway, getting back to the list, Double, baby. I believe Double I watched immediately after Decade because I saw the movie. I saw the Decade movie, which, by the way, Decade is the only series that had an ending movie, right? Had an ending movie, which I think is on the list. Hold on, let me check if it's on here. Deno. Yep, no, that's Kiva. I don't see it. Yep, Decade movie. No, here it is. Decade and W movie war. Because it actually crossed into double. Which honestly, you know what? I'm gonna bring this up here. This movie, S tier as well. We're putting this on S tier. I can't drag it up. Shoot. I don't have enough room for it. Hold on. We're gonna put them here for a minute, and then we're gonna move it up here. The movie S tier, because this is the bridge between Decade and Double. Because like, oh no, this is the wrong one. Shit. Put that back. 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 That was the wrong one. This one. because this is such a good bridge to Kamen Rider Double, right? And it sets up, it literally ends everything with a nice little bow on Decade and starts Double because it answers a question that while it's not directly acknowledged in the series, it is directly acknowledged here, which is the death of Skull. And I think Skull actually makes a cameo in this, so which is good. Kamen Rider Decade and Double Movie War, definite S tier, definite S tier. Wait, no, this is the double. God damn it, I grabbed the wrong one again. Shit, hold on, let me grab it. Hold on, grab that. That's what I meant to grab. I'm gonna move that back down. Put that right there. So, but Double we got to talk about. I think is also an S tier. I think Double is also an S tier. A lot of people, I came to find out after I saw it that a lot of people recommend Double as the go-to for new general audiences, and I agree with that because Double is very accessible. Like if y'all saw the debut of Zets, Double is in that same vein. He's a detective. Hilari Shotaro is a detective. He's got his partner, who is the his green half. That's Philip, and like they join into one body and they fucking fight the bad guys, right? They crack mysteries and fucking they go on missions, they crack mysteries and they defeat the dopants. The whole storytelling of this entire, it's like so easy to digest. The monsters are really good. The masquerades, um, I think are the probably the coolest designs for grunts because they all wear tuxedos and shit, but they got like the fucking bug thing on their face. Like it's fucking amazing. And just the overall arc and understanding what the Gaia is and everything. Just this is just such an easy watch. It's such a good and easy watch, and it gets you emotional at the end. I'm not going to spoil the ending for people who haven't seen it yet, but the ending of Double made me cry, and not a lot of series can do that to me, right? It made me cry what the ending happened, both tears of sadness, but tears of joy because it made me cry twice. There was a moment where like it made me sob, like gross sob, like it was so bad. And then like the ending like ties it up and then like everything is good and like I start crying tears of joy. Like it was that good. I think the only ever other series that ever got that reaction out of me was Real Soldier because it was like so powerful. Uh Ryusol Pink's message at the end of Real Soldier like was so powerful it made me cry. Like it was that good. But it's such an easy watch, and it's definitely recommended for newer viewers. So if you haven't watched Double and you're trying to get into Kamen Rider, and you know you're just a regular person, like there's nothing, you're not alt or anything like that. Hell, I would even recommend this to the alt people. But like Double is just such an easy watch. So I highly recommend Double for those that are trying to get in. For those that are trying to get in. Uh, since I did drag it up here, I'm just gonna mention it. I give the movie a tier, pretty solid with the Kamen Rider Eternal. Very solid movie, very solid movie. Not as exciting as the Decade crossover, but it had its really good moments. And again, such an easy watch because it's Double. I don't know if it's the theming of Double or what it was, but it was like such an easy watch. I loved it. I loved the movie and everything about it. It there were some weird pacing things I think, right? But I overall enjoyed it, right? I overall enjoyed it. But now we got to talk about O's, baby. O's. I feel like O's. Everyone knows O's, right? Like I don't know if that's the case, but I feel like O's comes up in conversation. I feel like O's comes not in conversation, but I always see it mentioned a lot, right? Like I think it achieved some sort of not cult status, but it's definitely achieved some sort of status within the fandom where like I feel like it's constantly referenced. I don't know if it's like O's is like the meme machine of the Kamen Rider community, but I feel like it gets referenced a lot. It was and O's was a really damn good series. I'm not gonna front you on that. But I feel like I see O's more often than not. Like I feel like everyone seems to know O's, yet I've never seen anyone actively watch O's. If that makes sense. Like everyone's seen it, but I've never like seen anyone in the process of watching it. Like I'm not. I don't know. Maybe I'm stretching on that. But in terms of O's, I think it was a really solid season. Um, it was meant to be a bit campier, so I would probably put it on the same tier as Deno because it was meant to be more campier vibe. But I feel like I enjoyed the story a lot. Um, I did think I think the whole baby doll thing that one scientist had, like, knocked it down a few pegs for me because, like, dude, that shit was creepy. Um, but I think for the most part, I think it was like really well done, and I enjoyed like the forms, like the jingles are catchy. Just trying to remember. I remember I spent an unhealthy amount of time trying to figure out the abbreviation for each animal in each name because I was like so interested in how did you compress this? Because like I think like I was trying to I think I was just trying to piece it together. How did you like cram this to make up made up word? How did you cram this together? And I remember I spent a lot of time trying to figure that out. To this day, I still think about it every once in a while. But like, I feel like O's is that series that lives in your subconscious, right? Like O's, you see it and it just lives there. It just lives in your head, right? Like you never forget it. You're obviously not going to remember moments about it, but there's a feeling that O's brought out that you never forget. And to me, that is an interesting thing, right? So again, I'm gonna put O's on A tier, but he's gonna be a low A tier, just a couple of notches above Deno, just a couple of notches above Deno. Because again, I don't think about Deno that much, but O's comes up in my brain every so often. It just lives in my house rent free. Like it's just there, and every so often he'll pop up like, "Hey, we're out of milk again." Oh, yeah, yeah. I'll get on that. I didn't know you were still here. But yeah, but O's is a really good watch. I would say like going forward, like if you came in when double was happening and just stuck around, O's became a similarly equal easy watch, right? Forze, we're gonna put Forze in B tier. I didn't hate it. I didn't hate it, but I feel like again it was a Deno situation. I felt like again you're kind of cranking the campy up way too fucking much because again it's a high school show, so it's like yeah you're kind of getting a little bit too campy with it. I will state though, while it was campy and cheesy, it also was emotional. Like I panicked when Forze died. When Gentaro died, I lost my shit. Like it was that left a lasting memory on me because I think it was the first time a common writer, a main character, died in a show, and or at least the first time I'd seen it. So it fucked with me. Like holy shit, death can actually happen in this shit. And then he comes back with cosmic states. I'm like, ah, so that's how death works. But ultimately, I think it was a really good watch. I actually enjoyed the movie because we got Nadeshiko in that movie. But well, I'll probably bring it up when we get there. Um, but yeah, man, like it was really good. It was really good, but I feel like Forza, if you're watching it as an adult, it was for the moments. The reveal that Gentaro was dead, the reveal of Meteor, when they reveal who the freaking I forget the guy, the one dude who ends up being a cosmic light entity, same like not, which they tease the existence of with Nadeshiko, who is a being of that same light, but then like it turns out this kid is also that. Like that reveal also kind of stuck with you because I just remember him standing out in the middle of space without a helmet and flickering. I don't remember the guy's name, but I remember the character. And like again, the moments, and that's what sticks with me with Forze. But the overall tone of it, like again, not my kind of thing. I'm not a big fan of campy. I'm not a big fan of campy or extreme cheese. Like I'm not a big fan. I can tolerate cheese up to a point, but if it hits like critical levels, I'm out. But I think Forza managed to keep it interesting throughout, so I think I give that one a B tier. Wizard. Wizard. I watched it as it was airing live. Looking back on it now, I was very hyped for Wizard, but looking back on it now, it's I don't want to say unremarkable. Like, I don't think that there's one that we're gonna get to that is very unremarkable, but saying that it's unremarkable and then comparing it to the one that's coming, um, is an injustice. Wizard was actually really good. I like the whole idea with the Philosopher's Stone, but I also like that it didn't like stick to conventional wizarding norms, right? Like I wasn't expecting him to have like a magic wand or anything. Like it was different. Like it dealt with magic, but it did it in its own way, which I thought was really interesting. Cuz like when you see like for example Magi Ranger or Mystic Force as it's known in the US, Power Rangers Mystic Force, they had wands, but they were in the form of swords, but they still had wands. Here, Wizard just took a whole new thing. He literally does ring summoning, which is like not a common practice in Dungeons and Dragons or in other wizarding feats. Like they decided to be original with it, which I thought was really good. I mean, it's gemstones, but like again, gemstones are not like a big magic use in things, right? Like they're not like used widely for magic, which I think is something that like is a genuinely interesting concept. I genuinely like it. I genuinely like it. Um, but the problem with Wizard is that um, I don't remember much about it. Like it was, I remember enjoying it, and I remember it was good. But as far as I can tell, I really cannot remember anything from that show. I cannot remember anything. But I do remember getting enjoyment out of it. So because of that, Wizard gets a B tier. High B tier, but B tier nonetheless. So to me, that's what to me that is um that's that with Wizard is that it could be good. It was good, but I can't remember anything from it. You know, it's kind of weird. I can't remember anything. Gaim, good old Euro Butcher. Like I'd never seen anything Euro Butcher related before this, and you can tell the leeway he had in this because my God, the way they got you questioning everything in this show, like there was so many twists and turns. Because again, you kind of go in, you hear the Euro Butcher, and then like as someone who doesn't know what the Euro Butcher is or what he's about, it just kind of like you don't know what to expect. So you kind of go in expecting, a regular Common Rider series. And then you go in and the Euro Butcher said, "Hey, I know you were expecting this. Fuck that." Man said, "Fuck all that." And literally told a grave story of consequence where like actual consequence when people died, they died except at the end. But regardless, like deaths carried weight in this show. Like they literally explored the topic of death and how it affected people around them. Like shit was deep, man. Like the topics of death and obsession. Like holy crap. I wouldn't be surprised if like the narrative thing of this was supposed to be like the seven deadly sins because there's literally aspects of all of them and the consequences thereof. I think, and it also gave us the first of many irredeemable characters because Michi never truly redeemed himself. He's such an unlikable prick. Like you at the start of the show, you like he's there, but then you sense something is off, and then seeing his narrative degeneration throughout that entire show, and then when it turns out he killed the object of his obsession, and then seeing him realize the error of his way, like realizing the graveness of what he's done, like it just fucks with him. And then like then you start seeing the death of him change. He slowly starts changing, but it's unclear if he changes for the better. Like he's lost himself. Like to see him slowly spiral and because of this one girl and he ends up killing this girl to get the freaking golden fruit out of her only to realize what he's done and then lose all semblance of sanity. Like that is a character that can never be redeemed, which is something that is never explored again. Michi is never redeemed. He killed someone. And while he loses all sense of self, he doesn't know how to exist with his sin. And that is amazing. And I love the fact that Michi never gets redeemed because he should never be redeemed. He's an irredeemable prick. So ultimately, like, and then seeing like how it affects, like in a sense, like Gaim kind of embodied pride in a sense. Byron was kind of, I don't want to say, I think also was pride, but he also like near the end kind of got gluttonous with power because he wanted power, so it was gluttony and like I feel like there were allegories to the seven deadly sins in that show because of the goddamn Euro Butcher. The man took what a Common Rider series was and showed us what it could have been with the right dark edge. And then when I come to find out what he made on top of that, and seeing people react to like watching Madoka Magica, because I could never bring myself to watch Madoka Magica. I would probably like die from the amount of well, well, if you've seen Madoka Magica, you'd probably know. But apparently, it's such a mind fuck, and I'm pretty sure my heart would not be able to take it. But seeing what and considering that was Madoka Magic is more on the extreme end, seeing what we got in Gaim was such a fucking mind fuck that like made me question everything I thought I knew about Kamen Rider at that time, and I had already watched like several seasons at that time, so it challenged my preconceived notion. A tier, A tier. I can't give it an S tier because again, while the changes made to it, like the whole writing of it was like so out there, it it changed my conceived notion of it. Ultimately, I respect the series, but it's not one of my go-tos. Like I could never like recommend anyone Gaim. Gaim is for the seasoned veteran. Gaim is for the ones that have been there in the trenches. Like that is who Gaim is for. That Gaim is not for the weak of heart. Gaim is for a totally different. It is for the seasoned veterans that can stomach a little bit of like body horror and stuff like that. Like you need to be strong-willed. So my recommendation to anyone looking to get into Kamen Rider, do you want Gaim should never, ever, ever be your entry point. You need to be watching at least 10 seasons of Kamen Rider before you get to Gaim because again, Gaim is not for the weak of heart. It is definitely not for the weak of heart. Let's see, who else we got here? We got Drive goes S tier. I love Drive. I don't know what I think it was the cars, if I'm being perfectly honest. But like, I felt like everything in Drive was just so masterfully organized, from like the aspect of like of like the of the powers giving the detective a sense of worth to like understanding the whole thing to understanding the existence of the Roid mutes all the way down to Mac's introduction and the fact that his father was responsible for the Roid mutes and on top of that was still alive and trying to mimic his cohort who had also inserted his consciousness into a belt but decided to do it because he wanted to be, obviously wanted to have power, right? So to mock having to fight his father and finally putting it like everything about to Chaser's redemption as a protoroid mute to actually becoming a writer. And Chaser was my favorite. Chaser was my favorite character out of the entire show. Or actually, no, I take that back. Second favorite because obviously I fucks with Drive. Like Drive's my guy. But like just seeing everything, and I even saw the Televikun like specials and everything. Like I was into Drive. Like Drive was my guy. Drive was my dude. So like I ended up enjoying this so much The Drive was just like it felt like a reboot in a way. Like it felt like it was like once it was a very nice, fresh back to basics after Gaim, right? Because Gaim literally challenged you to question preconceptions about Kamen Rider as itself. And then Drive said, hey, we understand that last series kind of fucked y'all's brains. Let's have a nice little return to form. And Drive was that nice little palate cleanser return to form. It was very enjoyable. Very enjoyable. I loved it for what it was. It was really good. And I genuinely believe that, like, it helped. It was like, again, it was a great palate cleanser, but at the same time, it was a great series in and of itself. And the fact that, like, they ended it with Drive relinquishing the power only to only to like get it back when it's needed, when it's like truly needed. Like they didn't outright say you could never have the power again, just he'll be there when you need him. And to me that was like a powerful message, because to me that's like when when you need something, when you have something that's helped you for the longest time and then it goes away, it never truly does. Someone who influenced your life will never truly go away. They'll be there in soul, and I think that's a powerful message. And I think it really it stuck with me. So to me, Drive is S tier. He's my guy. He's my guy. He's my second, right behind Decade. Like he is my guy. He is my dude. Ghost. Okay, let's get the elephant out of the room. Ghost is not as bad as everyone says it is, but I will put it on C tier. And the reason why I'm putting it on C tier is because, again, Ghost is not a bad series. I watched it all the way through. I enjoyed it. It goes back to what I was saying about Wizard. Ghost had nothing memorable going for it. Like, I could sit here right now during the ad break that's coming up. I can sit here and try to think about anything from that series that stood out to me. I could not tell you anything. It's a good watch. It was not an easy watch. I won't give it that distinction, but it was. I don't want to. It was. It was just. I don't remember anything from it. I don't. Like I can sit here and I look back at clips of like Ghost, and it's like I'm watching it again, because it's like I'm watching it for the first time, because like there's nothing there. Like I can't find anything to latch onto. I can only look the suit designs. I love the suit designs, but like the story, just I don't. I can't tell you any aspect of it. I don't remember any of the monsters. I don't remember what their motivation was, or why Necrom was there, or like anything. Like I don't remember anything. It feels just so unmemorable. But I did remember enjoying it when I was watching it in real time. I do remember enjoying it. For that, I'm putting it at a C tier. Not, again, not a bad series. A lot of people like to put Gav down here. I mean, like to put Ghost down here. But I, it was good. I remember enjoying it. I just don't remember anything from it. So for me, Ghost gets a C tier. Xaid, B tier, easy. B tier, easy. Again, another easy watch, but again, it was another one of those like for the kids things, right? But I loved the video game motif. I actually really enjoyed the story they were telling with the Bugsters, and everything about like these doctors trying to like find faith in each other, the passing of Laser only for them to be revived as an evil minion, which it was just like a whole thing, like everything to Kamen Rider Chronicle itself, which honestly I'm amazed they didn't release a battle royale game on PC and consoles called Kamen Rider Chronicle with that exact premise. Like I felt like that would have been a really easy thing to cash in on, but they never really like pulled the trigger on that. I thought that was a missed opportunity. But I enjoyed Xaid really well because again, I like how the characters were written, Emu, and this whole thing with Paradox, and I think my only real grievance with it was Tattle. Brave. Kamen Rider Brave's direction was weird. He just randomly betrayed everyone for no reason. I don't remember what. Actually, I think there was a reason, but I don't remember what it was. But it was so out of left field because it wasn't related to like his dying girlfriend or whatever. Because it was unrelated to her. I don't remember what it was, but like he like turned so quick and then turned again with no explanation. I'm pretty sure I'm wrong on that. I think there might have been an explanation, but like he turns back and they just accept him. It was a weird little plot hole, but besides that, I think the series was solid enough. So this thing is B tier, very close to A tier, but it doesn't quite cross the line with me. Yeah, it's I don't know what to do with that. Right. So it was weird, but overall, I did enjoy the series. It was really well done. We're gonna continue this in just a moment. I do see we do have an ad break coming up, so we're gonna go ahead and take a break. We will be right back in about 5 minutes.
All right, we're back. Welcome back from the break. So, last we left off, Amazons. Let's talk about Amazons. This was, again, a very much a more mature departure for Kamen Rider. Like, this was an adult Kamen Rider series. And it wore that badge on its arm with honor. Like, I loved season 1 of Amazons. It was so good. Like, just the overall thing with the monsters and just them like attacking people, the attack force, which was just like a ragtag mercenary group, and like the fact that one of them was one of the monsters that was on their side, and like just the overall how easy it was for them to be corrupted, right? Because like all you need to do is taste human flesh once and you're there. And the overall the main character trying to come to grips with who he is, because he's end up finding out he's like a clone in a tube or some crap. I think if I remember correctly, or he was born human but he had monster remnants. If I'm trying to remember this correctly, the overall story of the character, I forgot the name of the character, but the overall story of him trying to find purpose when he ultimately like works for the organization that hired him to when he just backs the fuck out and then like starts fighting for his kind and things sort. Like it was just I loved it. Like it was such a good story. That one gets an A tier out of me. That one gets an A tier. Unfortunately, I cannot say the same for season 2. I don't know what they were thinking with this. I love the introduction, and plus, it was the first time we saw the actor who plays Banjo before Build. But my God, I don't know what they were going for. It felt like, okay, so we're looking at a new monster and everything that's been like kidnapped, and he was like an experiment and shit. But the entire story arc of him falling in love with a dead girl just felt so out of place for the tone. I don't know what the fuck they were thinking with this. It was just so weird. And if and like also it lended itself to a campiness that had no place in the tone of the story. Like I vividly remember the scene where like he buys her a freaking ice cream cone and she's eating it. He can't eat human food, so but he's trying to get her to like it. So it's like do what I do, and he starts eating it, and then he throws up, and then like he starts dry heaving, and then for some reason the girl starts dry heaving. I'm like motherfucker, this does not fit this tone. Just no, like it didn't fit the tone at all. While I will admit it did have its gruesome moments, and like finding out the whole deal with the girl was such a shocker, and then seeing him rebel and like kill everyone in the goddamn library in the goddamn lab was such a powerful visual. But my God, that entire love storyline felt so awkward, and not even awkward because it was a love storyline. It was because it was basically necrophilia, and it was disturbing. It was disturbing. So unfortunately, I don't know what the fuck they were thinking with season 2, but yeah, that's C tier. Like it still had its good moments, but my God, it's such a trudge to get through. Like the only thing that's keeping it out of D tier was the fucking reveal, like the gruesome reveal of what happened to the girl, and ultimately like the final scene where he kills everyone in the fucking lab, where he goes berserk. Actually, no, that wasn't the final scene because then they run away, and then the confrontation with Alpha and Omega again, and like no Alpha and Beta, like it was just so like that ending confrontation was so good, but that entire love interest storyline throughout the whole thing just dragged it down immensely. I mean, it's a trudge to get through. Like it's horrible. It's horrible. The series itself is not bad. It's not Hibiki level bad, but my God, does it drag? Holy fuck. Just not good. Not good. Build. Oh yeah, I love me some build. Build is good. I'm gonna put him in B tier. I'm gonna put him in B tier because again, I love the story. I loved like the whole separation and things, and the reveal that the freaking coffee shop owner who would like helping you at the start turns out no, he is the evil Martian that he's here to kill everybody. Like it was so good. Like I loved it. I loved Build. It was such a good story, but I feel like this was like Oh, dude, and we got to talk about Grease, man. Grease was the fucking MVP. Grease, man. I'm still mad that they killed him off. I mean, obviously he comes back in the movie, it doesn't stick, but like, fuck, man. Why'd Grease have to die? He didn't deserve that. Grease was the goat. Um, and I'm kind of biased because Grease was evil Kiva in a past life. He was Kurenai Wataru, but Wataru's dad. So like I'm biased on that one, but I loved Grease. Grease was the fucking man. And that fucking last henshin before he dies, he actually responds to the belt. Are you ready? It's like, you're damn right I am. And then goes and like, oh, it's so badass. I love Grease. No, you know what? That bumps it. No, no, no. I remembering that bumps it up. A tier. A tier. Build is A tier. Holy fuck. Grease is the fucking man. Grease was great. But overall, the series was good. Albeit, I will admit the relationship between Build and Crossette with Banjo. I cannot remember the freaking main guy's name. But like, it's I'm drawing a blank. But like their relationship, you know, it was catered to a very specific audience. You know, it was catered to a very specific audience. So, but yeah, but Build was great. Zio A tier. Zio is A tier. The only reason it's not S tier, because here's the thing, I'm gonna be real with y'all. Decade carries this fucking show. Like this is pretty much in my eyes, Zio is Decade season 2. But the reason it doesn't hit A tier is because there was just way too many gaffes, too many dropped balls, as it were, in that show. Um, I think my biggest grievance with it was Tsukiyomi. Not her as a character, but when she finally becomes a writer, and we only see her for 2 fucking episodes. We only see it for 2 fucking episodes. Like, and then they like on her second appearance, they kill her off. Obviously, I mean, there's a time retcon, but like the bitch had been there for the longest time, and she's finally gonna be able to have the power to put boots to asses. She's given the power, and then immediately betrays Shogo. Immediately betrays Sogo, only to then betray her brother, Quartz, and die in the process. So it felt like a pointless power up at the end of the day because she didn't do anything with it. So that was one of my biggest grievances with it. And truth be told, they try to stay within the main Kamen Rider continuity line and have like ingenious ways of getting around it. Like my favorite one is Forze, where like they're trying to find him in his timeline, but they just miss him. You just see him running out of frame, right? Like that was my favorite way they figured out how to get around that. And then like obviously if they can't do anything with previous characters, they'll like kind of like retcon the timeline to put him in, which is a very clever use of the timeline. But I'm gonna be honest with y'all, like there was just so many like missed opportunities there. But so it would have been dragged down further had not Decade intervened because Masahiro Inoue reprises his role and literally steals the show. This is why I consider Zio Decade Season 2 because he's there with the Neo Deca driver and he is pretty much getting all the shine. Like my guy commands the screen whenever he's there. So literally he saves this show from being B tier, but the show itself is kind of, but it doesn't get it into S tier. Like again, I would say it's pretty high E tier, but like it's not enough to get it into S tier. Like Decade saves the show, but not by much, right? Like Decade saves the show, but it's but by that metric, because he had to put the show on his shoulders and carry it, it kind of like keeps it from being peak. You know what I mean? It was still a damn good show, all things great, damn good season, all things considered. But it's just it wasn't peak, right? Because again, it could have been better. Like when you have to have an actor drag you out of the trenches and carry you the rest of the way, your show is not doing that great. Like, but it was still a solid story they were telling with the time thing. Regardless, it was still really good. But had it not been for Decade, this probably would have been a low B, high C tier. But with Decade, it bumps it up to an A tier. So that's that on that part. Zero One I thought was really good. That one gets an A tier. Zero One was a stellar debut for the Reiwa generation. Was a stellar debut. I loved every aspect of it. Like character motivations were like at an all-time high in this show. Like because I felt like it was dealing with a topic that like we even though that was in the distant future in that show, we are dealing with now in AI. And they kind of like navigated it expertly. Like AI can be a valuable tool if used correctly, but if not used in the right hands, can bring despair. Which, when you think about it, is very similar to what we're dealing with now. Because right now, if AI was used as a tool to help artists, then there wouldn't be such a disdain for AI. But instead, AI is being used to replace artists, which is bringing despair to the artists because, again, it makes them feel like they are not valued. It's very so, therefore, there is now hatred against AI because AI is not being used as a tool, it's being used as a replacement. And I think like that allegory kind of like hits when you see it in Zero One because the human gears are not trusted. There is actually racial divide. There's actually not even racial divide. There's a mistrust, a distrust of AI. But AI are meant to be companions. AIs are meant to be helpful. They're meant to be helpers. Yet there's so many people planting seeds against it, right? And even the AI itself has gone rogue. So it's like it's these whole mitigating things. It is definitely an allegory against the current discussion against AI. But I feel like Zero One tackles it in the best way possible. And to me, it was a stellar story. Plus the twist that the main writer becomes the main villain at one point, or be, and it's just amazing. Arc one, oh my god! But then but like I loved this series. Again, it ekes out just close enough to S tier, but it was really good. My only grievance, and it's not even from the main show. It's actually no. I think if the is it on here? Is it on here? Trying to see if it's on here. Uh, I can't recognize a lot of these covers, so I don't know if it's here. I don't see it. Yeah, I don't think it's here. It seems super weird. Why is it not here? Or is it out of order? I see build movies. I see Saber. Yeah, where is it? I don't see it. That is super weird. Are these out of order? Oh, wait, no. Okay, no, not that one. I was looking for the V next. No, I don't think it's here. Yeah, I'm looking through it. I don't see it. Yeah, I don't see it. Yeah, so the V Cinema is not here. I'm not worried about it. But I will say I do have a grievance against the series. Not the main series. I just have a grievance that they killed off Kamen Rider Vulcan in the V Cinema. Like I get it, and I've said it before. I get it. Like the actor's gonna be going study to become a lawyer, and he be passed the bar exam. Good for him. Man, they really didn't need to do Vulcan like that, man. Like really, I loved Vulcan. Vulcan was my favorite one. He was the Wolf Rider, the fucking Wolfman. You didn't have to kill him off, please. Why? But I think it was a definitely a stellar start to the Reiwa generation. I loved it. I loved it. Not S tier, but definitely I recommend it and respect it. I loved the series, and it was a genuine good start to the Reiwa era. Saber goes in B tier. Saber was good, really good, and I give it leeway because it was filmed at the apex of COVID. So this was the first time Toei was doing like a full studio setup, and respect, I respect, I respect Saber because without Saber doing what it had to do to film, we didn't get King Oger and currently Zets. We wouldn't have those the way they are if they didn't try this with Saber. Saber was the first one that was filmed in a green screen studio. Obviously, they had sets and stuff for other places, but like because of how much CG went into this, like there were a lot of areas that was like it was filmed in a green screen studio. But like it well, because again they couldn't film out publicly. Like Zero One had wrapped, but they couldn't continue. They but like say when Saber started filming, COVID was at an apex and they were already in quarantine, so they had to like film. They had to find a way around it. So one of the ways they did was that green screen studio, and that green screen studio ended up being what gave us King Oger and Zet. So like to me, Saber was the first. Saber made it work. The story for Saber I thought was really interesting in that I felt like it was supposed to be a kid centric story, but then it got like super dramatic and serious really fast. Like you expected a lot, and then that's because like there was the betrayal and everything because it turned out whoever was leading the knights also tended was a corrupt fuck himself. So at some point they all betray Sento, and then like they all like, and then like it becomes then him trying to like fight for them to understand that something's wrong until he gets like Excalibur. I don't think that was the name, but it was pretty much Excalibur. Let's be fucking real. But like him being there, like the sword dude, like he was his only ally, and then like they all start wondering. They all start like slowly coming to the realization, oh yeah, we're working for a corrupt organization. Um, so like just overall, like just the narrative was really good. I thought it was a solid season. I understand like for some reason a lot of people don't like this season, and it is for the aforementioned reason why I decided to state it. It was weirdly filmed because of COVID. But I thought with what they did what they could with what they had, and they made it work. And the story was solid enough to carry it. So I don't think I genuinely do not think that it was a bad series. I actually enjoyed it. So it gets a B tier. Revice, I would also give a B tier. B tier because Revice was if I had my qualms about Saber, Revice was definitely the kiddie generation. Like that this was the one this is okay, we're catering to the kids this season. Except not really because we're still going to have serious overtones. Like to me, Vice was such a memorable character because he just stood out from the norm. Like it was like this is what I like to call Vice is the Deadpool writer because he could break the fourth wall and all that stuff, but obviously, there's something going on with him. You don't know what it is, but you know something's going on with him. And it made everything kind of like it made you wonder what exactly was going that time. It kept up intrigue because as time was going on, you kept seeing that every so often they would zoom in on a picture and homeboy would be gone from the picture. Dude was missing MIA, like he never existed there. It was a slow burn till we got to the end to realizing that in order to save him, his contract with Revi's contract with Vice caused it that the longer time went along, the longer time went along, the more everyone around would forget him. And it became kind of a thing that it was heavy. The minute he stood up after their last henshin, looked at everyone in the group, his own family members, his own parents, and couldn't remember them was insanity. Like I sat there, I almost cried. No, I think I did cry. Did I cry? I don't remember. I got emotional though because again, the last henshin, and I think the it was rough seeing him no longer remember any of his friends or family. Like The past had been a blur to him. To him, Vice was his only world. To the point where it tore Vice up inside, and he had a final battle with Revy so that Revy could kill him and get his memories back. Some heavy shit. Luckily, obviously, everyone like survived and everything, and like they're both together, they're chilling. Oh no, 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 he did die, but they did give inklings that like Vice might still be around. But yeah, man, like that was, I don't want to say it was rough, but it was definitely heavy at the end. But there was a lot of campiness in it. Plus, it gave us our first truly powerful female writer in Jean, in Kamen Rider Jean. And I thought, my God, finally a fucking female Kamen Rider who's there regularly and puts in the damn work. I loved it. Like Jean is my favorite female writer to date. Like I still have a soft spot in my heart for Kivara, but like, and Nadeshiko, but like John started something. And I felt like that became the norm going forward, right? Geats, however, I did not finish. I think I only got like to the first world reset, which I think is like 12 episodes in. And I fell off. Not because of the show itself, just I think it was because around the time King Oger was still going and I hadn't been watching it. So I think at that point I just like I missed a couple of weeks of Geats and I kept meaning to catch up, but then the days kept on mounting and I ultimately never caught up to it. But from what I saw, it was pretty solid. I'm gonna go ahead and just slap it in B tier for now. I may come back and try to finish the series, and I may have a different opinion. But I will say, however, that a lot of people of my former friends, past friends, things of that sort, I found out that Geats was a gateway to a lot of people. A lot of these people that I had been trying to get to watch Kamen Rider for years. And then they tell me, hey, we started watching Kamen Rider. Oh, finally. Which one did you watch? Geats. The Geats was their gateway. Yuya Takahashi was cooking with Geats. And it makes sense that they would make him the writer for Zets. Because he made Geats was made accessible. Geats was somehow accessible enough to an American audience that people who never watched Kamen Rider suddenly became fans. So to me, that was a good call to make Yuya the writer for the US for the English expansion. But we'll get to that in a minute. But from what I heard, Geats was a gateway for a lot of people. So I need to finish watching it to be able to say, hey, something's going on there, right? Because I need to testify for myself. Of what I saw was really good, but I need to watch more. So until then, it sits at a B tier. I have not seen Futo PI. I've been meaning to get around to it. It's on my watch list. I did watch a little bit of Kamen Rider Black Sun. C tier. I'm not finished watching it, but I'm not sure what they're going for. Right? Like, I'm not sure if it even knows it's a Kamen Rider series. Like, I feel like it's too drama heavy. Like, I feel like it's trying too much to be a soap opera or a drama series, and like they don't focus. Like, I barely even see the Kamen Riders. Like, I think I've only out of the few episodes I've seen, I think I've only seen him once. Like, he's only henshined once. So like, I don't know what's going on with this. It's super weird. I really need to finish it. Like, but there's just something weird about Black Sun that I do not get. I don't get it. Like, it's not resonating with me. Like, I get the story and what they're trying to say, but the fact that I've only seen the henshin like once says like I feel like I don't know if it's like if it says a lot, but it says something, right? Um, Gutchard, C tier. The reason I say this is because here's the thing. No, 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 no. I changed my mind. B tier. I haven't finished it as well, but like I thought it was doing okay so far, but I fell off of that one as well. I think also for the same reason. I just missed a couple of weeks and couldn't be asked to catch up. but it like obviously that mounts over time, and then like fuck it, just wait for the next series. Um, but I thought this is definitely meant for the kids because it's meant to be like a Pokemon thing, right? It's getting there in tone, but it's getting there in like a darker tone. But I feel like I don't know. I feel like maybe something's missing. Maybe I need to go back and watch because I know for a fact Spanner's gonna betray them again and stuff. But like I really need to like finish this. But like as far as I can tell, Majide was also again a very strong female writer, which honestly I'm glad that like again another strong female writer. And I thought, it was pretty solid, pretty damn solid. But again, I need to finish it. But for what I saw, it was pretty good. I'll give it a B tier. I'll give it a B tier. Gav, y'all already know my feelings on this. I talked about it in the retrospective. A solid 9 out of 10, A tier, high A tier, very close to S tier, but A tier. Like it's knocking on S tier's door. Obviously, like there were some flubs here and there, and obviously some missed potential. I still think they should have found a way to give Sachika or a writer attention. Should have given her a suit. You know, I'm kind of sad that they never did anything with her because you had John, then Majide, and then you dropped the ball. Oh no, and the girl from Geats, I forgot her. I forgot her name. Um, but you had three very strong female writers back to back to back, and then you don't give us one this season, and I'm baffled as to why. But the story itself was really good, right? A little internal family strife, hostile takeover, trying to find yourself, um, trying to fit in, appreciating French, like all of these are like really good messages, and I felt them throughout. I'm glad that like they didn't kill anyone off in this one on the good guys side, like fuck the villains. Though I do think kind of like the fate of the family business, as it were, kind of left the kind of left in the air there. Like I feel like, because here's the thing, I feel like the way it ended, Shoma said he wanted to make make treats that make people happy. So I feel like, I mean, obviously they severed the tie off and he stayed there, but I feel like it would have been better if they like instead he stayed in the Granute world and took over the family business to produce delicious treats for both human and Granute. Like I feel like that would have worked a little better. But again, it's not really a big complaint. It's more like a what if. But I still think the show was really great. It's a solid season, so it gets A tier. And even though it's one episode in, obviously this may change over time, but just off the first episode alone, Zets is S tier. Like my God, like I had that stream on. Hell, I think I still have that stream going in the background, like right now. I literally have it still going until it shuts off. Like I still have it going here. Like it's still running in the background for me. I'm literally left this stream on until they shut it off for the week. It's supposed to end later tonight. But I've been looking back at it, and like this series, episode was so good that I actually didn't mind watching it on loop over and over again because then I could like pick out little details and shit. Like it's been super good. I love. It's just one episode in, but I do not feel bad putting it in S tier right now. Like it may go down, I may revisit this list, and then I might put it down to an A or something. But god damn, everything in that is a first episode. That was a 10 out of 10 S tier first episode. So it'll sit here for now. My rating may change. My rating may change. Now we got into the movies. Unfortunately, I haven't seen any of these, so we're just gonna move all of these up here. So I haven't seen any of the Showa movies. So honestly, I kind of want to watch Shin, but I'm not a big body horror guy, so we're just gonna throw all of these in here. I'm actually amazed the Americanized versions aren't on here. Like I don't see Saban's Masked Rider or Common Rider Dragon Knight on this list, so I'm a little shocked by that. But That's Agito. Haven't seen that. Episode. Does that say episode final? Uh, no, I haven't seen that. I have actually not seen a lot of the movies. Oh, I did see Kamen Rider the first though, but I admittedly I don't remember much of it. So I'm gonna just slap that in C tier. And I think I also saw Kamen Rider the next. I don't. I know it's on this list. I saw it. Yeah, the next I'll put it in C tier as well. Again, I saw both of these movies. I don't Oh wait, I remember the body hoarder creature that freaking V3 fucking kicked in the face. Uh, God, that thing was weird. But yeah, C tier because I don't really remember a lot from them. So it's like, eh, you know, don't know. I think did I see this? I don't know what this is. I'm gonna say I didn't see it because I don't know what that is. I thought this was like uh the Sango movie, but Kamen Sango, but no, that's not it. This is something different that I haven't seen. Oh no, this is the Deno movie. This is the Decade in Deno movie. I think. No, I haven't seen that. The Pretty Deno thing. No, I have not seen. Nope. I've seen a few of these movies, but I'm just trying to narrow them down here. That is. I don't know what that is. The cover's too. No, it's definitely a Kiva movie. I haven't seen the Kiva movies. Another Deno movie. I did not see the Decade movie. I need to go watch that. I thought I did. No, I never watched the Decade movie. I did watch O and W Movie Core. I did watch that, and I put that in B tier. This movie was pretty solid. I vividly remember it. The giant fucking evil common rider that they had to defeat, ending up diving common ridering into the Earth's core, and then O's ends up in Brazil, which I thought was fucking funny. Um, I remember that. Like this movie, I remember that. There were I did watch a couple of the crossover movies in this era, but not the main movies themselves. Nope. I did. Yeah, I did see the O's and Forze movie. I don't remember much from it. C tier. Superhero Tyson. I did not watch this one. I watched the one after it. Did not watch wait. No, I did watch the Forze movie. That one gets a B tier. That one gets a B tier. Um, I don't remember watching the Forze Wizard movie. I did watch the superhero Tyson on this generation, but I don't remember much from it. So C tier. Um, did not watch the Wizard movie. Did not watch the Guy movie. I think I watched. Did I? No, no, I didn't. I definitely did not watch the Gaim soccer movie. Fuck that noise. I did watch the Drive crossover movie with Gaim. I did watch that, and that shit ruled the fuck. Yeah, the mans don't know how to put on a seatbelt. I love that one. You're the god. You're a god, and you lived on this earth. Yet you've never. Are you telling me you've never ridden in a car, God? I love that movie, especially the racing scene through space. I love that. I did not. I did I watch Kamen Rider Yongo? I hate that I'm questioning myself. I did watch the Drive movie. I do remember. No, I did watch. I did because I remember I also watched Yongo because there was a Kamen Rider 4 V Cinema that I also watched. Again, I'll put this one here and the Drive movie itself because it literally revolved around his son. Oh yeah, I remember that. That one was good. Hell yeah, loved it. Um, this one, the Ghost movie, the Drive Ghost movie. Did I see the Drive Ghost movie? Oh, I do not remember. I'm gonna say I didn't. I'm gonna say I didn't. I might have, but I don't remember.
I did see Kamen Rider Ichigo. This actually was the one. This was actually the one. The one bright spot in Ghost was the fucking roided out Ichigo movie. Like I remember this because it almost felt like we were saying goodbye to Ichigo. Like it felt weird. Like it almost felt like this was Takeshi Ongo's last role. So they decided to just give him a super powered up form as a almost like a send off. Like it felt weird because like again we got Ichigo again later. So I really didn't understand why it felt like this was his goodbye from Kamen Rider. It felt weird. As far as I know, Takeshi Ongo is still the man. So this movie felt weird to me, but it was still an enjoyable watch. It was literally the most memorable point of Ghost's history was Kamen Rider the Ichigo movie, and everyone remembers it because for some reason they put Ichigo on steroids. I don't know why that decision was made, but it was still a really fun watch. Really fun watch. Um, I did not see the Ghost movie, but I saw the Ghost X-Aid movie with Hiroshi Tanahashi. Hell yeah, man. That one's an A-tier movie right there. Hell yeah. Fuck yeah. The first I saw Tanahashi in this movie playing a villain and I'm like, "Oh shit." And the Pac-Man crossover and like everything with that, it was just so good. It was so good. I think they even did a bit where the Pac-Man actually eats Ghost and he does the blue thing like woo woo woo. Like I think he did that. I don't remember exactly, but I do know that Pac-Man Kamen Rider Ghost did get eaten by Pac-Man at one point, which I thought was fucking funny. Um, I did not see the Xade. I thought I saw it, unless this is the summer special. Is this the series or the? Oh no, I saw the episode crossovers. I didn't see the movie. This is what is that? Is that no? That is I didn't see the Xade movie. I did see this, the Heisei Generations final. Move that up a little bit. That one gets an A tier. I thought it was a stellar send off. They brought back the boys. The whole group came together, and oh god, this was real good. I loved this movie. It felt like even though I will admit Gaim's introduction felt very last minute, and like the fact that like oh he just happens to have Beltosan on him. Like I thought that was weird, but like overall the movie is an enjoyable watch. I'll give that one an A. And then every movie after I have not seen. I have not. Wait, what is that? Heisei Generations Forever. I haven't seen it. So yeah, there was supposed to be an Amazon's movie. I remember they set up after season 2. They set up for a movie. I never saw the movie. But yeah, pretty much everything at this point I have not seen, with a couple of things here and there. Let's just go ahead and fill this up. Have not seen the Saber movie or the Ooze movies. Have not seen the Revice movies. We're getting into V special territories. Okay, Shin Kamen Rider. Haven't seen it yet. Haven't seen the Geats movie or the Gotchard movie. The Kamen Rider Skull, the Futo PI Kamen Rider Skull special. I haven't seen. I think this is Skyrider. I haven't seen it. Oddly enough, I did see this. I've watched this. The Super D from Kamen Rider SD. I've seen it. D tier. It's not bad. I just feel like the sense of humor kind of flew over my head. I got like it's pretty much what it is. It's a cartoon, but like I don't know. Maybe I didn't jive with it that well, right? Like it's not bad. It's just like yeah, I am not its target audience. That's what it is. But it wasn't bad. It was just I just didn't jive with it because I wasn't the target demographic. And then I think from here we have some V specials. Oh, the Axel. Oh, the Axel V Cinema. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yes, I need to scroll up a little more. Yes. 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 S tier. Kamen Rider XL V Cinema. S tier. S tier. Loved it. My God, the way they that entire saga was like great. So again, it's because it's double. It's a double adjacent that is such an easy watch. But I just like Kamen Rider Axel as a character, so his V Cinema kicked all the ass. It was so good. Um, this is the Eternal V Cinema. I saw that one too. That one was interesting. Not as good as the movie, but it was still pretty good. In terms of like it was Eternal coming. They brought Eternal back from the dead, and all he wanted to do was go back to be dead. So it was this whole weird thing where he's the hero of the story, and then he like, it's really good. It's really good, but I felt like it wasn't on par with like previous stuff. I don't know what this is. This is the. I'm going to assume this is the Geats v Cinema. No, this is the Gaim. I think is it Gaim? No, this one Tycoon meets something. No, that one's the Geats, and then this one is something else with Gaim, but I forget who this is. The Common Rider, I don't know what this one is. I think this is. Oh no, this is another Gaim one. The Chaser movie. The Chaser movie. Oh my God. The Chaser v Cinema. The Chaser v Cinema. I have mixed feelings about because like it was a very powerful story of what happens when you give an AI emotions, but like it felt, I don't know, it was very dark. It was very kind of like sad. It was a very sad story. Um all he wanted was just to know what people felt, and then like it ended up becoming the bane of his existence. It was heart-wrenching. It was sad. Like I felt like I was sad more throughout it than I was like anything, right? Like I feel like that aspect of him, like it was heart wrenching because he felt heartbreak for the first time. He felt like it hurt because he didn't know how to handle those emotions. It was painful, and but not painful and like, oh, I can't watch this painful. More painful like I felt you had to feel for him. You had to feel for him. Did not watch the Spectre one. I did watch the Mock one. Don't remember a lot from it. C tier. Which I hate to do that to a fellow drive video because usually drive videos are great, and this one's really good, but it kind of suffers from not being very memorable. You know, I mean, I remember bits and pieces from it, but I think it was kind of like too much mock, if that makes sense. Like, which was kind of the point because like it was him coming to realize that hey, he needs to tone down who he is because he's very much a very intense person. So it kind of like didn't hit the way it should have, right? So I hate to say that, but like it was passable. I think that's it. I don't think I've seen anything else past that point, except for a few noteworthy ones here. Kamen Rider G. I feel like this pops up on my YouTube feed every once in a while, and it's funny that it was a one-off, but I kind of fuck heavy with it. I kind of fuck heavy with it. Um, because like I don't know what it is, but it was just a thing made for a star, for a Japanese, for a Japanese movie star over there. They did this, and for him, they let him become a Kamen Rider for like a one-off. For like, though I did love when I saw him in at the end of Zio. I did love that. G,
because I felt like his concept was so good that they should have made a full series out of G. But G is awesome, so he gets an A tier. Kamen Rider Yongo. Kamen Rider Yongo gets a C tier as well. Again, it was kind of not memorable at all. It was a Televikun, it was a Televikun, I think. Wasn't that memorable. Like, it was good, but it wasn't memorable, so it gets a C tier. Rider Time, Kamen Rider Ryuki. Oh, God. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck they were thinking. It felt equally as disjointed as everyone says the main series is. I didn't understand why they did anything in in that Rider Time. That Rider Time was batshit insane with a lot of baffling decisions. Which I guess maybe if they were trying to pay homage to how horribly the original series was written, mission accomplished. But that's not a good thing. Go Rider. Go Rider was also an interesting one. I'll put that. I do actually remember things about it, but it felt so bizarre that I didn't know what to do with it. Like it was literally turning Kamen Rider Ichigo. No, turning Red Aka Red from Go Ranger into five different colored riders, which was super weird. Oh no, it was Kamen Rider Ichigo into five different colors. That was super weird, and I didn't know what to do with that. But it was a oddly dark, but at the end kind of campy watch. It was all right. It was all right, but I just vividly remember. I don't remember who was the current writer at the time. I think it was Gaim. Was it Gaim? No, it was Xaid. Xaid kind of getting all pouty that he couldn't join in the roll call, but then when they involved him in the finisher, like all of a sudden he perked up. It was like I remember that, but like yeah, it was the dark moments were weird because it was a lot of talking, and I don't remember a lot of the things they said. Didn't see that one. I think that's the ghost one. I can't tell from here. Kamen Rider Shinobi. The fact that we never got a full series of this pisses me the fuck off. Like, this should have been the series that came 3 years after Zio. Like, instead of Revice, we should have gotten Shinobi. Because you literally said that was the writer for that year. You literally said in Zio, in this year, Kamen Rider Shinobi is going to be the writer. So they fucked up the time continuity. So Shinobi ended up being relegated to V Cinema, and they technically made the year they said, but fuck, it didn't become a main writer, which I thought was the biggest drop ball in the history of fucking Kamen Rider. But the V Cinema was great. The V Cinema was great. I enjoyed it. Kamen Rider Decade Writer Time, or I think that's what it says here. But the Writer Time with Decade, I don't think I finished it, but I did quite enjoy it. But I feel like again because it was Zio adjacent, kind of dragged down a little bit. I need to finish it. I think I'd probably put it higher because it is a story that revolves around Decade, though it's weirdly takes place on an island and nobody remembers who they are. I don't know about that one. I don't know. And I think oh, there's one more. One more. Two more actually. Kamen Rider Outsiders. I've been in the process of watching. It's definitely a different take, and I kind of fucks with it. But I need to watch more before I can make. But from what I've seen so far, it's pretty stellar. I'll give that a D tier. And finally, this one, I'm just gonna put all the other ones here. Put all the other ones here. I didn't even know she got her own special. Holy crap! I think this is a YouTube thing, but I never saw it. Kamen Rider Maja de Girls Remix. Yeah,
The only saving grace it has is that there's Zet's implications. Everything else in this particular series felt pointless. Like I'm being a little harsh on it. I'm being a little harsh on it, but there was no rhyme or rhythm to anything. It just felt like bring back all the females that have ever been in Kamen Rider history from Heisei and Reiwa in for a cup of coffee. That's it, just a cameo. And not even all of them henshin. I know like all the not even all the ones with powers henshin, and not even all the female writers are there. It felt weirdly disjointed. Like I felt like this should have been a bigger deal, but it didn't. The only thing they implied is that there could be Zet's implications because the Zet's driver shows up at the end. That's literally the only thing it has going for it. And I hate that I have to rate it that low, but it felt weird. It felt like, oh, this is a celebration of all the women, but then like they get all there and they kind of don't really do anything of note. Hell, even the battle sequence kind of felt muted. Like I hate to say it, but like it felt very toned down, and I was not a fan. And I love strong writer female representation, but like this was not a strong showing. It felt weird. Felt super weird. So yeah, that is my tier list. I've not. I have looking at it now. I've watched so much, but I still have so much to see. Right? Like, and that's the one thing about a Kamen Rider fan that I take to heart is that there'll always be something for me to watch, and and I take pride in that. There will always be things to watch, and now with the U.S. expansion coming in with Zets, hopefully that means there'll be more easier ways to watch them. This has been fun to do. I enjoyed this. I'm gonna go ahead and save this and put it on the old Twitter. So if you guys want to see the full tier list, I'm going to have it on. I'm going to post it on Twitter after the stream. So if you guys can say that, and then you can like rant and rave in the replies. I'll put it on Twitter and Blue Sky, and then you can rant and rave in the replies. All right. But I think that's going to do it for me. We've been going for about 3 hours, and my throat is starting to burn, which means it's time for me to wrap this thing up. I hope you guys enjoyed that. That was something a little different. We're going to do a Super Sentai tier list next week for the show. So we'll be looking at Gozuger live. We'll be looking at Gozuger and then doing the tier list just like we did here. But remember that we now do two superhero Zatsudans, one on Saturday live when Zets airs. So that'll be it for me today, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I hope you guys enjoyed that tier list. Um, again, we're going to be doing this again next week, and then we'll figure out what we'll be doing the following week after. But I need to get the hell out of here. So let me send you guys packing somewhere. Let me send you guys somewhere to raid ski, if you will. See who is available. Who is doing things right now? Let's see. Following? Who can I send you guys to? I needs to see who's available. Yeah. Let's do that. All right. Let's see who's available. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-ba. Yeah, my throat is hurting. I feel like he's playing on console. He wouldn't acknowledge. Let's go ahead and raid into. Let's go ahead and raid into Vel Pepper, who's playing some Peak. We're gonna go ahead and raid into them. I hope to see you guys next week. Or sorry, see you guys on Thursday for Fallout London. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream today. I will talk to you all next time. I love you. You're valid. And remember, the future is in your hands. It's up to you to seize it. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.